Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. This is Let's Talk with Kay, with, of course, me, Kay. And I just finished dropping my daughter off to work. Yes, my daughter has a job. Her very first job. She's a teen, so I'm very proud of her. And yeah, so I'm trying to put some videos out there, content, being more consistent. And I guess the first thing that came to my mind was the Diddy trial. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just give you a little snippet about my day. Like, what does my day normally consist of? Wake up in the morning around, it all depends. It could be around 6, or this is during the week, between 6 and 8. Personal hygiene. Probably look at or listen to a few little, maybe a couple of YouTube videos, and then go and basically work. Go appointments, work, whatever. My point is, I don't spend a lot of time on social media, watching TV. Oh my goodness. Watching TV or anything like that. It's just, my days are just pretty much busy with work. So I did a live yesterday right after I posted a video. But I did the live on my other I guess social media, the Tickety Talk. I'm not sure if I can even say it, 'cause people, anyways, I guess one day I might have to just go through and just be like, let me read all the guidelines, all the rules and regulations, make sure I don't break any. But anyways, basically, I guess the video yesterday was just just kind of telling you the energy that I felt about the trial, the Sean Combs, Diddy, the Diddler trial. And so far, I mean, I'm right. And disclaimer, do I want this man to not face justice and spend some time and a lot of time in prison? Yes, I want him to face that justice. But energy, I guess, like I mentioned on my other channel, I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional psychic. I'm not a professional medium. But I always felt I had this guilt. I always had this gift of basically kind of reading the energy or whatever. And every time I deny it, the intuition or whatever, I'm basically paid a price for it. And ever since, I would say about a few years back, I said that I'm not going to ever deny that intuition. And so far, it's been like my guiding light in a sense, so basically, I guess, to get to the point, I just read a couple of articles, looked at content creators live, and I also looked at I guess it was a live of a news channel reporting the trial. And to me, I was very on point about the energy that I was feeling when it came to the trial. That basically, like I said, this is not something that I hope. I'm gonna get that straight. This is what I felt. That it's a chance that, based on the energy that I felt, that Sean Combs can get off. And I read then today, and I said that yesterday, and today I was looking at some you know, like I mentioned, read some articles. I basically read I really wanted to get into the articles, and based on the articles that I read, Newsweek, and I think one was CNN, and they were like, at the time I was reading them, which was about an hour ago, the information was as recent as on Newsweek, about 30 minutes, which was now probably about an hour ago. And basically it says that the jury reached a verdict on 3 counts, which was, I don't like using these terms, but just to be safe, sex trafficking and other type of the other, whatever other charges, 3. They basically reached a verdict. We don't know what the verdict is, by the way. We don't know if it's guilty or not guilty. We don't know that. The judge didn't read the decisions, but they undecided yet on RICO. And based on my live, that's pretty much pinpoint what I read, the energy that I read. I'm not sure the live, I wish I would have saved it. I'm not sure if I can go back on TikTok and save that live and put it on YouTube right now. But based on that live, that's pretty much, and I probably mentioned it in my last video, that's pretty much what the energy that I was feeling, that they probably don't know whether or not they should, you know, charge him with a RICO, which is like the most serious charge of all. Because I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how much time, or if he has to face time for the other charges, the 3 other charges that the decision was made on. But, or he might have to pay just fines. I don't know. But just based off of off the top of the dome, you know, if he is guilty on just those charges and not guilty on RICO, it's a possibility that they may, you know, he may just be considered to have served his time in prison. You know, that the time, you know, he's been in prison since, I think it said in one of the articles, September 2024. So I don't know. It could be considered time served. He could, you know, probably serve a little bit more time and get out. To me, that's, you know, basically walking. But if you spend like 2 or 3 more years, you know, or that to me is like you in jail for a while. You ain't really got a slap on the hand, but you know, I'm just kind of feel like I'm just rambling all over the place right now. So basically, I was right as far as reading the energy of what I feel as far as the trial. I haven't really sat down and like, okay, this man gonna get off. I will say, like I said, I don't know. I have to really say I don't know. I will say, because I don't want to, I can say, no, he gonna go to prison, because that's the answer that I want. But if my spidey sense is saying it's a really good chance he might get off, and I'm like, you know, I don't want that. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know. You know, I'm just gonna say it's a good chance that he can get off. But as far as the energy, basically I will say I was on point as far as the energy that I've read on the trial. Basically the jurors don't know what to decide, which to me is kind of like, I would say, confirming my answer, or confirming my spidey senses in a sense. But at the same time, we won't know until we get that official verdict. I mean, I'm not going to go into my opinions, and I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give out legal type of information and things like that. I'm just a person. I'm a small fry, you know, in these internet streets, just giving my opinion and such. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I just making a quick video right now. And yeah, so if you enjoy my content, you know, of course, hit that like button. I appreciate that. It'll get me more into the algorithm. Subscribe, you know, comment, tell me what you comment, but don't get disrespectful. That's all I'll ask. Do not get disrespectful, because at the end of the day, I'm not sitting here basically saying I'm a Diddy fan. I'm not a Diddy fan. If you listen to my TikTok last night, and today is July the 1st, happy 1st of the month, so especially July. So basically, if you listen to my TikTok yesterday, you would have heard that I'm not a fan of his. Ever since I was a teen, I always had a dislike for him for whatever reason. It wasn't like a judgmental type of dislike, like, ooh, I don't like this person, how they dress. Ooh, it was just energy. Even when a person appears to be happy, great, all this type of stuff, like I mentioned one of the people on TikTok that I really admired at first, and then after and I'm talking about Oprah Winfrey. I used to be a big fan of hers. As a kid, I was nosy. I probably was enjoying hearing grown folks' business type of thing. She was salacious and all that type of stuff. And then, like, I think around like either maybe the mid to late 90s, or probably was like the late 90s until the early 2000s. For some reason, I just kind of like at the time I didn't know, but I believe I felt this energy about her to a point I just didn't like her no more. And I didn't know why. It wasn't jealousy. I couldn't pinpoint it, you know, because I was always been like I was raised as a Christian. So I mean, they teach us in Christianity about discernment, but it's like, they really didn't go into it. It's like only certain people have discernment. And if you were the ones that had discernment out of this special group, and then of course, the church I went to, you had to have the Holy Ghost and all this other type of stuff, then you qualify. That was it. They really didn't go into what discernment was. To me, it's just, discernment is just another word for intuition, and everybody has intuition. It's up to you whether you listen to it or not. And in my opinion, I feel like women has a much stronger intuition than men, and you can see that in like fiction, non-fiction, TV, news, whatever. And they show the demonstration. It seems like men seem like they just clueless. It's like, what, are you sure? And the women always felt that like that had that gut feeling, or expressed that they had a gut feeling about something. But hey, it is what it is. But yeah, but at the time I was like, I didn't really like her. Even when people talked about her, like, oh, she's the first African-American billionaire and all I was like, I still really didn't like her. But of course, that was at that time, even in the 2010s, that was like unpopular opinion. So you kept your mouth closed about it, you know, as you wanted to get cussed out. Like, it's like you talking bad about your, you know, whoever, you know. But so I just kept my mouth quiet. I'm like, I ain't gonna express my dislike. I'm like, I could care less about her. That's my opinion. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Sometimes I feel like my content is really not out there. Could be because of me, or I kind of feel like I'm being shadow banned a little bit. But you know, just support your girl. I mean, you can spend time just watching my video on a slow afternoon on a Sunday or whatever, as long as you support me. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you, until next time, I hope you have a good week, or whenever I see you next time. Bye bye.